And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down. Putting a receiver in motion. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Headed out right. This is caught by Isaiah Likely. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens pull out in front further, 13-zip. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Tucker on for the extra point. The veteran mishits one rather surprisingly, and they leave a point after on the table. Now probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Denver offense taking the field for their second drive. And Brock, they are not in the spot they want to be, but still plenty of game left. You don't want to let the setting cause an early overreaction and panic.
Yeah, you just can't overtry. And every bit of you wants to, every fiber of your being in this building right now, you want to perform, but you just can't overdo it. Get back in rhythm and play your game.
Looking for his wide receiver there. And now it's second down.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there, where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Broncos will have a first down. Another run for Williams. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. Shotgun snap to Nix. And they get to him again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. Riley Dixon getting set to punt it once again. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. Fields this at the 19. And he's going to get him further up their side of the field with a nice return there, partner, up past the 35. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun. Getting out to his left. To the left and hauled in by Likely. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Now about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. Throwing now on 1st down, it's Jackson. Forced out to his right. Oh, look at this, here he goes. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. 1st and goal here. From the red zone now. And they will score. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens blowing them out in this opening quarter. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. So here comes the Bronco offense. And it was a situation they prepared for, no doubt, Brock, but hoped that they wouldn't see. They're down early in the biggest game of the year.
Hey, listen, nobody said winning championships was easy. This is an early test of whether they've got the resiliency to win it all. And we know this. Second ticks off. Most Super Bowl champions, they've been the most resilient players too.
Offense to the line for second down. They stay on the ground with Williams. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. They'll get that yard back, but no more. It's 3rd and 10. Nix from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Riley Dixon on the punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. He's got it at the 24. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Absolutely crushed that kick, a full 70-yard punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. On 1st down, Jackson. That winds up incomplete and brings an end to our opening quarter. Welcome back. The team is set, so let's get back to it. Second quarter of Super Bowl 59 from New Orleans. They still have 10 to go here. It's 2nd down. He's going to push one deep. This is brought in at the 15. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens running away with it in the 2nd quarter. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you gotta win right from the jump. And you gotta protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens grow their lead yet again. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. The Broncos running their offense out once again. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Coming in for the stop is Michael Pierce. Nicks off the play action. He throws a bullet to the center of the field.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
On 3rd down, here's Nicks. That sails over his target, incomplete, and now it's 4th down. On now to punt is Riley Dixon. And he's been getting all of it every time out. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. Oh, they are loving this one. It flies out of bounds, and it wasn't too far off the end zone. They're going to say it crossed at the 3. The Ravens send Zay Flowers ready for another look on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. And they couldn't be backed up much further, Brock. A safety, really the only concern as they take possession here inside their 5-yard line. He's up, and he won't find an escape. They converge and drop him for the safety. And it wasn't a touchdown or a field goal, Brock, but hey, points are points. And their first points of the game come on that there safety.
You'll take them any way you can get them in this league, Kate, right? And if the defense has got to score and they've got to continue to score, that is just fine. Because that is a breath of fresh air on that sideline and hopefully a bit of a kickstarter for their offense as well.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Motioning one of the tight ends. Up the gut they go with Williams. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And the struggles continue for him tonight. He's only able to get back to the line. No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 7. Here's Nicks to throw. He has the first over the middle. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. The Ravens trotting out their offense. There has been nothing that can stop them, so we got to assume this drive, Brock, likely going to end in a touchdown as well. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Escapes the pocket. On the run right, throwing deep down the side. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing again is Lamar. Into the hands of Likely. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
Turning to Henry on third. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. They stop him just short and force a 4th and 1. Running for it. Here's Henry. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Play action. Here's Jackson. A dangerous throw, and he almost got burned by it. The interception dropped it incomplete on 1st down. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Motion man sent left. Play fake. Jackson. On the move, headed right. Nearly intercepted. Ooh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. That brings up 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. And again, it's Jackson. Finds a seam down the middle. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens can make it a 4-score game as they lead by 24. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one right down the middle. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. They're down to their final one in this half. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that one bounced zone for a touchback. The Broncos offense all set to go. And the touchdowns got to keep coming for them as they still trail here. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Nix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Another try following the sack. Cut out left. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Nix now to throw. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. So we've reached that 2-minute warning. The Broncos with the football. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Trying again, following the sack. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Straight ahead with Williams. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Begins his return at the 16. And he's going to get him further up their side of the field with a nice return there, partner, up past the 35. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. Very good return as he picks up 20. And it's going to be their football coming up. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up first and 10. Lamar out of the pistol. He beams one deep right side. They connect on the deep shot. Touchdown, Baltimore. And that, Brock, I know you're keeping track, but just in case our audience isn't, his fourth first-half passing touchdown. At the pace he's on, this would be a new record if he has a second half to match this one. Tucker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens continue piling on to this lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos get the football. Not a lot of time left in the half. And with exactly 1 minute left to go, they've got some time, but they've got to work fairly quick. Throwing on first down, Nix. Ravens swoop it in, and they bring him down. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. All right, here we go. Second down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Finds Mims. Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. Hits the 20. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got first and 10 inside the red zone. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
Nix again on second and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up. Shotgun snap to Nix. And he's in trouble and gets brought down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough fourth down. On comes Will Lutz in the Broncos field goal unit. Ball on the right hash, the distance 43 yards. Bertolet able to knock it through. And that's only a small chip off of what's still a 29-point advantage. Understood. Some people would rather get right back to the field to play. And so we will as we advance to the start of the second half. Final halftime adjustments of the season are out of the way. It's time to put them into action here. Quarter 3 of the Super Bowl is underway. Denver ready for another offensive possession. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush is... First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Caught by the open man. Into the red zone. All the way, touchdown, Denver! The Broncos cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Cortland Sutton, the touchdown. Lutz there to tack on the extra point. And the Broncos trail by 22 now. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Deontay Hardy to return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Baltimore running its offense out now. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. First down, here's Lamar. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Lamar now from the gun. Escapes out to the left. He's running with it. No one around. He's got space. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
Ball on the 45, first and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. He was looking for Mark Andrews. And it's going to be second down. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Buys time, rolling right. He can run it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for first and 10. Working inside the red zone. Chased out to his right. Now here he goes again. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a first and goal.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. It's second and goal. Now it's Lamar. Forced out to his right. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. They've held him out twice. Here we go, third and goal. Lamar back to throw. Flush. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens push their lead further to start the half. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain, he did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. The Broncos and Cortland Sutton taking the field once again. Well, Brock, it only took them 1 play to reach the end zone last drive. They might have to work a little bit harder this time out. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Nix from the gun. He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Nix looking to throw. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with 3rd down. Nix. Brought in by Vele. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he puts together a nice little return there before they're able to bring him down. Nice 12-yard pickup on the return. And the Ravens will take over with a lot of field ahead of them. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Lamar off the play fake. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. And it sets up 2nd down. Throwing again is Lamar. Buying some time right. He's keeping it. It's a pickup of 11. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore. They go play fake with Jackson. He rolls to his right. Has the open man downfield. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Escapes the pocket. On the run right, throwing deep down. He's got it deep downfield. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
Tucker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens continue adding on to that lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback, this drive starting from the 30. Denver set to take the field on offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that. There he goes on the right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Bails out of the pocket quick. Ooh, on him quick there, and they bring him to the turf. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Nix off the play action. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 17.
To throw, here's Nix. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down. Punt team on the field. And this effort's going to give him an even half dozen tonight. Now this is a beauty of a kick. It's headed out of bounds, no chance at a return or a touchback. They're going to mark it out at the 6. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideout. One of the tight ends motioning right. And as this lead has grown, they have not taken their foot off the gas. No reason to expect them to slow down now on what could be a 4th consecutive touchdown drive. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. They have themselves another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Play fake, Jackson. Flushed out of the pocket. On the run right, throwing deep. He's got it inside the 25. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens trying to end this before the final quarter. That is his 6th passing score of the game. A lot of quarterbacks could go several weeks without throwing that many touchdowns. And now, keep in mind, he's only one off the NFL record of 7 in a single game. Tucker on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens tack on 7 more to their lead.
Broncos 19.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Marvin Mims now to return it. And this drive will start. .25. The Broncos and quarterback Bo Nix gearing up for their next series. And this is some quality. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
When we think about safeties, I mean, it's just right in the name, right? The safety is the last line of protection in the passing game. We don't think of them as blitzers. But, Kate, let me tell you, For a safety blitz to get home, they got to be great disguisers. They can't show that blitz early. That safety didn't, and the quarterback took the brunt of the contact.
And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets them up with a third down.
First sack, wobbled the cart. This one, I think, sent it off the rails entirely. Taking the L on each of the first two plays leaves this offense looking at a very unlikely third down pickup.
And the struggles continue for him tonight. He's only able to get back to the line. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. Riley Dixon, the one to kick it away. This is away, and once again, he's caught all of it. Takes this one at the 40. And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. They motion Bateman over right. First down throw for Jackson. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Ravens first down. They're set up at the 35 now.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Jackson. He's on the move. And he's brought down after a short gain. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 34-yard line.
So we're winding.
To the third quarter of play.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Caught near the goal line. Touchdown, Baltimore. From Sid Luckman in 1943 to Drew Brees in 2015. We've had 8 quarterbacks throw 7 touchdowns in one game. And now we have a 9th who's accomplished that feat as his dominance over this defense continues. Tucker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos are ready to go, and we'll get a look at receiver Marvin Mims. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's Nix. And down he goes. The Ravens defense gets it done. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup. You got to get in that huddle. You know, and quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Trying again, following the sack. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And back-to-back. Behind the line of scrimmage, set him up now with third down. Out of the gun, it's Nix. That's caught, he found some space. The 40. At the 20. And he gets in, touchdown Denver. The Broncos putting up points in a game decided. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. Point after try is good by Lutz. And the Broncos take 7 points off the deficit. Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. Returning it from the 4. Good looking return here, and he's got room. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. The Ravens in very good field position as they come up first and 10. Here's Lamar. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. Taking the deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Blitz coming, Lamar. On the move, headed right. That one's incomplete over the middle.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Jackson now on third. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
What an excellent job there by the defense. Once he gets out on the move, to be able to corral and contain him and not give up any yards. So often a unit can't keep that contained in a play like that.
So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Throwing on first down, Nix. Connects with the open man downfield. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver! The Broncos making the scoreboard look a touch better. Lots there to tack on the extra point. And the Broncos cut into the lead by another point. Here's Lutz set to kick this away.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
His return starts at the 5. They track him down, but a nice return in the end there, Brock. He's up to the 38. The Ravens in very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. They send a receiver in motion right. 1st and 10, here's Jackson. Gets this one to Andrews. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Buys time, rolling right. He tucks it and takes off. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll come up 1st and 10. Motioning him from the slot right. 1st down, here's Lamar. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Lamar now from the gun. Catch is made in close. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Receiver in motion, headed right.
1st and goal at the 40.
1st down from the red zone. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Ravens continue adding to an insurmountable lead. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Another score for him this game. Just a great effort there from him, Brock, to take it upon himself, embrace the initiative, and turn that drive into 6.
You know, Kate, there was a day when you were watching Steve Young or Randall Cunningham, and that felt like a bonus touchdown. But that's not today. It feels like every quarterback's got to be able to score, be a dual threat on the ground. It's part of an offense every single team relies upon.
That one splits the uprights, and they'll continue adding to their lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. This offense ready to get going again now. And they should be well rested. They were only out there for one play last drive, and they found the end zone. Nix with it on 1st. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. Pass taken in by Sutton. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them. And the group up front to find somebody to get a completion.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. They'll bring out the punter here. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. He fields this at the 18. And they'll bring him down, but some nice damage done on that return. Excellent return. He got 22 before being stopped. And the Ravens will go on offense. They motion Bateman over right. Throwing now on 1st down, it's Jackson. It is caught left side. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. Andrews with the catch. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
First and 10 at the
Man in motion, headed right. On first down, Jackson. Chased out to his right. And he's taken down after gaining a couple. That's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. From the 31. This one's to Andrews outright. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's first and 10. They motion Bateman over right. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. He's got Andrews. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here.
Okay, time for the defense to think about getting that ball back. And this is where you've got to conserve every second. Got to expect a timeout coming any moment now.
Lining up to take a knee on second down. They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
Setting up for the kneel down on third. They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
And that does it. The Baltimore Ravens are once again Super Bowl champions. Commissioner Roger Goodell on hand to present the Lombardi Trophy to the Baltimore Ravens, your champions of Super Bowl 59. So that's a wrap on another incredible year of NFL coverage here on EA Sports. It was a memorable and very fun first year in the booth for myself and my partner in crime here, Mr. Brock Heward. Until next season, I'm Kate Scott. Thanks for joining us, everybody, and good night from New Orleans.